Some nights, the sky bursts with thunder, and it feels as if the world itself is shattering. The rain lashes against a window, relentless and cold, echoing the ache in your heart. We've all known storms like this, disappointments so deep they fill the silence with questions. Why? Why me? Why now? In those moments, it's easy to believe that something precious has been stolen. A door slammed shut, a hope extinguished. You replay the scene, words spoken, letters received, opportunities lost. Your heart pounds with every memory of rejection, heartbreak, or delay. But sometimes, what feels like the ending is a gentle hand guiding you away from harm, leading you towards something unimaginably greater. Sometimes, God allows certain chapters to close, not as a punishment, but as protection. There are storms meant to keep you from seeking shelter in places that are not meant for you. Imagine this. You prepare your life for a dream, maybe a job you thought was perfect, a relationship that seemed destined, a path you'd mapped out since you were a child. Everything appears to line up. You pray, you plan, and you wait with hope. But then, the doors refuse to open, or they shut so abruptly, the sound echoes through your soul. Disappointment settles in, raw and sharp. But what if that very moment of heartbreak is a blessing you will only understand later? What if that rejection, that closed door, is God's way of keeping you safe from a hidden danger? Perhaps the ground behind that door is unstable, ready to crumble beneath your feet. Or maybe your heart needed time to heal, to grow, to strengthen for something even larger than you dared to imagine. Look around at the storm. Lightning flashes, illuminating the path you were desperate to walk. But in the distance, quiet rays of dawn begin to break through the clouds. You don't see the sunrise yet, but God is already at work. While you mourn over what you've lost, He is building something new on foundations you cannot see. There's a story in every setback. As you walk through shadows, you discover you are not alone. Countless souls before you have stumbled in the dark, questioned, despaired, and felt forgotten. Yet every one of them, in their most fragile moments, were being gently redirected, not away from blessing but toward it. Picture the mountains, vast, unyielding, standing beneath the open sky. To climb them is the struggle, to taste defeat. The air grows thin, the path uncertain. But the summit is a promise, a perspective. What once seemed unbearable transforms into a breathtaking revelation. Distance brings clarity. In time, you see how every detour was a divine redirection. Sometimes, the path feels impossibly lonely. Friends drift away. Plans unravel. The future becomes a blur. You stand at the crossroads, uncertain which way to go. In the silence, every step feels heavy with regret and hope. But what if, in that season of loss, God is pulling you aside, whispering, "Not this way, my child, not yet. There are things you do not see." You see the storm. God sees beyond it. You see the closed door. He sees the open field waiting just beyond your faith. Where you see rejection, He has written redemption. Think of the heartbreak, the relationship that ended, the love you thought would last. It left you shattered, certain that you would never heal. But slowly, the pieces fit together in a new design. The wounds deepen your compassion. New love, healthier, stronger, emerges in time. And you realize the loss protected your heart from greater pain, made room for a better kind of joy. Imagine the job you didn't get, the dream deferred. The delay felt like denial. You questioned your worth. But months later, perhaps years, what once hurt begins to make sense. A new opportunity arises, a position, a passion, a calling you had missed if the timing were any different. Suddenly, you glimpse why you were held back. You see the hand of God in every delay, every no. We tend to trust God when life goes as planned. But true faith endures when plans shatter and the way ahead is unclear. Each disappointment is a gentle test. Do you trust the one writing your story, even when you do not understand the plot. Faith is not only believing when skies are clear, but trusting to the thunder, knowing dawn always breaks. The heartbreaks, the closed doors, the detours are not signs of neglect, but of deep love, a love that reshapes, redirects, and rebuilds. So breathe. Pause in the silence after the storm. With each disappointment, try to ask, what could God be protecting me from? What lesson is hidden in this heartache? What new path is opening where a door slammed shut? Walk forward slowly. The sun will rise again, each ray tinged with grace and wisdom you could only earn through the night. Trust the journey. Trust the detours. Some disappointments may be blessings so profound, their depth reveals itself only years later. Close your eyes and listen. Remember the paths you were desperate to follow, the dreams that slipped away like water through your fingers. Now look at your life as it is, the people, the places, the moments of unexpected joy. How many of those began as disappointments? How many doors that closed led you to where you truly belong? Through the storms, after the heartbreak, you are not standing still. You are growing stronger, wiser, more compassionate. The cracks left by disappointment let in the light. Each scar is proof you survived. You learned, you lived more fully than before. Mountains rise before you. Some you'll climb in triumph. Others you'll walk around, not realizing that the path God chose was gentler, safer, better suited to the soul He's shaping within you. Let hope be your compass, and faith your foundation. You don't have to understand every twist in the road. In time, you may look back and realize those closed doors were gateways. Those rejections were redirections. That what you mourned was never meant for you. Something greater waited on the other side of surrender. When storms break and the sky clears, as the first golden light spills over the horizon, take a moment to breathe deeply. Know you are seen, you are loved, and you are never alone. Sometimes the disappointment is not a curse. It is a quiet miracle, a shield crafted by hands much wiser than your own. Each trial is another chapter in the story of grace, a story where every ending is, in truth, a new beginning.
So keep walking, keep trusting. The path ahead may twist and climb, but with God by your side, no disappointment is wasted, no heartache is forgotten.
Each step is carried by faith, each delay a protection, each heartbreak a setup for resurrection. What feels like loss today may become tomorrow's greatest blessing. Lift your eyes to the horizon. The dawn breaks, the storm has passed, and in the gentle, dawning light, you rise stronger, wiser, more whole than before. For some disappointments are truly blessings in disguise.